walleye factories in Minnesota, you've got Mille Lacs, Upper Red Lake, Lake of the Woods, Leech Lake, and there's a few things that are specific to each body of water. Some of them are the same. Mille Lacs does not have emerald shiners. Upper Red Lake and Lake of the Woods do. That way, at certain times, in shallow and in deep, light stamp spoons work better because they imitate that falling emerald shiner. And you'll see with those light stamp spoons, like a tumbler, a tingle, you drop it down, and the fish will rise up to it and wait. But they won't keep on coming to it. They will come up to a commitment zone, stop, wait for the lure to get to them, and slam it. And that, I firmly believe, the only lakes I see that day after day on is lakes with emerald shiners. And I think the reason is it's such a biomass of bait moving around that if you think of a billion minnows swimming around, 2 or 3 die every hour. And those walleyes are just creeping around below them and nabbing off the easy pickings. Now you take a lake like Mille Lacs, for instance, where you have a lot of perch. The stamp spoons still work good, but they seem to attract fish better when they're jigged closer to the bottom. Upper Red Lake, a lot of times you get that spoon 2 inches below the hole and you have a mark on your screen. Well, that fish didn't just swim by. You grabbed his attention. He caught a flash. He caught a vibration. And again, that's that emerald shiner. So now on the same note, when it's stained out and the water's really murky, you'll see the red glows work, for instance, on Lake of the Woods and Red Lake, and the rattles come into play early in the morning, late in the evening. So the walleye factories of Minnesota, the big lakes, there's technique-specific things and lures that go along with them, and a lot of things can be taken from one lake to another, but a lot of things can't, or it can't because of the bait fish. Emerald shiners versus spot-tail shiners versus perch. Get to know your bait, and get to know your bait, and get to know your big lake, and you can really cash in Minnesota.